Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian report for the 3rd of July, starting with the ASX on the 4-hour chart. So, got a little bit of a dilemma here. So, we've got a clear 5 waves to the upside here, which we can call wave 1. This here appears to be corrective here, so we can call it wave 2 here. However, the 50-60% retracement level is down here further. So this correction just could expand a little bit. If I just remove these here and put wave A here, all of this for wave A, this for wave B here, and then looking for 5 waves down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming, well, something like that, coming down further into this sort of supply level, demand level here, and then moving up from there. So yeah, that's my dilemma. I don't know if we can call this wave 2 just here. I'll just remove that. That just complicates things a little bit. So we can have wave 2 in here, but we need to move up from here. We need to move above 6, 7 from here. Otherwise, we'll be moving down. But we'll take a closer look at this here in a moment. This here is a B wave here. B waves are normally in 3 waves. This does make a nice A, B, and C wave here. We've got 5 waves here. These 5 waves could also be wave 1 up here and wave 2 back. So we'll look at that a little bit closer. Because we have a 3-wave move here, then it looks like we're going to have a bit of a flat correction, so we may not pull down through here. A flat correction, normally with wave 1s and 2s here, we would look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the A wave, 3 for the B wave, and 5 for the C wave here. But when we get 3 waves in the first move down as an A and a B and a C wave here, then this is what we call a flat correction. So it's just basically flat. So there'll be 3 waves here. So it's a 3, 3, 5 structure, but normally stays within its highs and lows here. So we can also get that, but I would imagine that if this is wave 1 down here, then wave 3 will be into this space here with a correction at the 6.6 here, and then a final drop down probably into this support here. It doesn't need to pull down to the 61.8%. But let's just go in and have a closer look at this here. So at the moment, last time we spoke, we just bring this into perspective here. Last time we spoke, we looked at this as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave here, and that's plausible with a wave 2 here. But as an alternative, we've got an A wave here with an A and a B, smaller A, B, and 5 waves up here for wave C to make wave B here, and then coming down for wave C here. So we can look, in that case, we can look at this as wave 2 coming up here, wave 1 here, copy this here, wave 3, 4, and 5. Once we understand this here, then we can look for what triggers we can look for. So we could be looking for something like this, 5 waves down, 1 and back. This is the 50-60% retracement level here. So this move up here will be important. It can come anywhere up here. I'll just draw it to this green line for the sake of it. But once that high comes in here, then it's likely to move back down here. If it's going to move up, we'll take that high here, and once that market moves down through here, if it moves back up through that line, then we can go long from that point. But otherwise, it will move up to the line and move down into wave 3, 4, and 5 here. So I suppose we could change this here just to make it a bit easier. we'll just borrow this one for a moment. And once that high is in place and the market moves down, then you can go long from that point again. Currently, we're long at the moment from here, and I've moved the stop from under here to, we can just bring it up right up closer in this position here. We can also change trend too, so I'll also put this here as a short trade here as well, so that will take us out of our long trade. So we're holding a small loss in here, but we'll need to go short at that point here and look to take part profit within 6.6 here, or 6.10, 6.2, somewhere in this space here. Yeah. So both counts are equally as good. We can look at this as wave 1 here and wave 2 here, then 5 waves up here for, copy this for wave 1 here and back for wave 2 here, but we can't have this low here breached at any point. If it is breached, then we need to be short from this point. I kind of favor looking at this particular structure in here now, now that it's developed and completed. I feel that this is the primary count coming down into this space here. So yeah, that's just the way that it's sort of sitting at the moment, but either could happen. So yeah, look, just to go over the triggers again, let's wait for this to move up here, because this will be a small 5 waves up here, then it'll pull back pull back, and then if it moves up, then we can go long again from that point there, and our stop will be protected. If this moves up through here and comes back and takes this stop out here, which is a move below the 6650, the midpoint here, so we can have the stop at 46. This is 6650, so we can put the stop and the entry here at 6646 here. Okay, and if that's breached, then we want to be out of that, and we want to be on the short side. So we're just taking the next logical step within that structure. So I think that's enough for that. Let's look at the other markets. Just have a quick look at China to start with. So China's still got one more little move up here to go. So that means that Hong Kong will have that as well. So we're looking at this as an ABC for wave 4, 1, 2, nice strong third wave here. So a fourth wave here. It looks like it's just about finished the way that it's sort of consolidating on this low here. So we'll see a little push up through here and then down from that point there. So we can expect much the same for Hong Kong. So with Hong Kong, we've been looking at wave 3 and 4 here, and there's probably different ways to count this up here, but we still have another high to make here in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. So how far we come up, I don't know. Normally group 1, which is 1, 2 and 3 here, they all act as resistance, so they will all be slowing this trend down here. So if you are long here, then I'd start looking to take profits with these 100 and 200 in here, because we'll see a turn there. And also India as well. I don't have a clear trade path on this at the moment, so we're looking at the same thing here as well. Just bring this over here. It's possible that, just bring this into, as I mentioned before, it's possible to have wave 4 finished on this low here, and this would be a blue A wave down, a blue B wave here, and a blue wave C here for wave 4 here, and we're going up from here. But we're not going to go long unless we've got support on top of 12,000 there on the long side, because this other situation also is probable as well, where we have A wave here, then an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave moving up here. So it's likely that we'll also move up a little bit higher into that 12,000. So yeah, there's two counts here, and we just need to move past this particular last leg here before I can say anything more about it. So yeah, wave 4 could be on this low here, which is on the hourly chart, which we've had that on the hourly chart here. So it looks a bit like this. So from the top here, well, we can just put that in here. Let's copy that. I don't know where that's gone, that wave 3 there. So an A and a B and a C for the A wave here, B wave here, C wave here for wave 4. This is the alternative count here. I'll just move that out there. We don't need that there just for the moment. Well, that's not alternative. It's they're both valid here. So we still need this to finish off here. I'm not quite sure about this little count here as well. There's different ways to count this here, but we should push up a little bit higher within the space. So, even once we move up here, if this is going to be, if this is going to be wave 4 here, then we can look at this as wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here, and then we can go into wave 3. But at the same time, if we have 5 waves down to here, then we'll just come back to this point, and then we'll be moving down again. So this 11,800 here is going to be a bit of a line in the sand if we're going to be bearish below that, or positive for that to move up. So I can't call, I mean, this has got further to go up, but like I said before, we're not trading it, and we won't trade this short thing here as well, because we want to see a change in trend. I know the money's in the turn, but you need evidence. If once this finishes up here and the other markets start to turn down as well, then the first thing that you want to look for is the first 5 little waves here. Once you've got the first set of 5 waves here from the top, then you know that you're going to get an ABC correction here, back up 40 to 60%. Then you can look at going, short through these here, and at least you get down to here, and you can, have your stop here. You could even get part profit here, but it may end up with just 5, 3, 5 here, and then move up again. So that's the problem. But normally you can get this first trade pretty much not to break even, because you'd still need to keep this here, a stop here, 61.8%. Well, you'd still want to leave it above the 12,000 there as well. So it's a little bit tricky until we've got the larger 5 waves moving down in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. Then we know that we've got a larger pattern at that point. So I just don't have a trade here, and the Indian market can do something different from the rest of the world as well. So, and the other point too is that this is a corrective move down here, so we're definitely in a correction. We just know wave 4s can get complicated, that's all. So let's just see how this pans out. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.